Hi, you guys, it's Yaz. I want to tell you about my 2 books that are on Amazon, okay? You can download them free with the trial membership from Kindle. The first book is Regain Your Power. If you're in a relationship and you feel like your partner has all the control in the relationship, maybe you're walking around on eggshells, you're afraid to approach them, it's going to tell you how to regain your power and be happy in the relationship, okay? And what you may be doing wrong, and that's why your partner has all the control in the relationship. The other book is Signs He's Not Into You, He's Wasting Your Time. There's a lot of people that are dating someone or in a relationship with somebody who's not really vested in the relationship. And we often are confused as to whether our partner really likes us or is into us or wants a future with us. And this book is going to give you signs and red flags of whether your partner is into you or he's just basically drifting and wasting your time. So go to Amazon and download the Kindle free trial membership. Doesn't cost you anything. And check it out. It may help you. Okay? And have a great day. Hi, you guys. It's Yaz. Good evening. Tonight, I'm going to talk about a very hot topic inside the mind of a racist. We're going to go inside what makes somebody a racist. Where is this coming from? Where is this hate coming from? Okay? And I'm going to go into a couple of things that I've really uncovered with regard to really trying to study these type of people and what makes them do what they do. Okay? We're going to dive deep. We're not going to candy coat it, and we're just going to say it like it is. Straight talk, all right? Basically, when you go inside the mind of somebody who's a racist, okay, generally these people, all right, in a lot of cases, they are people that grew up in homes of racial families or communities, okay? This was the ideology of what they learned from childhood, okay? This is why I tell you guys all the time, when you're dating somebody or you're in a relationship or something, always look at somebody's background, okay? No matter who you're dealing with, study that individual, all right? See what kind of childhood they had. You know, were they in an abusive child? Did they have an abusive child? Did they grow up in an uneducated type of household? Did they grow up in a broken home? But when we're talking about racism, okay, and we talk about why people are racist, okay, they were racist because it was beneficial for early human beings to deprive other groups of their resources, all right? When you oppress another group, it increases your own resources. Okay, so that's why they want to oppress other people so that they could be on top and get all the resources. It's actually an economic strategy in a lot of ways, all right? It's a way to make their own group superior, all right? People that are racist are not born genetically to be racist, okay? It's a psychological defense mechanism due to their own insecurity and their anxiety, all right? So a lot of times, you know, people, they grow up in an environment where maybe they have a racist mother, they have a racist father. This is what's instilled in them from very young, okay? And probably their parents came from a household like that, right? But the thing is, in a lot of times, these people are, in a lot of cases, they're uneducated people, all right? They don't understand the struggle that Black people have endured, all right? They don't understand that we are all human beings and justice for all right? Because they have this ideology that has been ingrained in them for so many years of growing up in their whole childhood. And to go against that is very difficult, all right? Because it's like when you grow up in a household, all right, and you see that you have an abusive parent, you make a decision, all right? If let's just say you're a male and you grow up and you see your father is abusive to your mother. when you grow up, you have a choice. You could be like your parents, or you could say, you know what? I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be like that. All right. That's why education is so important. All right. And a lot of people that are uneducated are racist. They're insecure. They have fears. They don't want change. That's why a lot of these people have this hatred that is instilled in them. They're afraid of change, okay? It's like what goes on, with everything that's going on with the George Floyd murder, all right? And they talk about all the reforms that need to be done. This needs to be done in the Senate because they have tried to do numerous reforms, but a lot of the red senators won't even bring the bill to the floor, okay? And they won't make those changes, all right? This is why I say, make sure you vote, all right? And you vote for the right people so that these reform bills can come and be approved, all right, in the Senate, all right? It's all part of their greed, all right? Racism, all right, is due to people, a certain type of people being insecure about if they give too much equality to another race, they fear that it will lower their power, okay? That's really what it is. It's their own fear of losing their power, all right? So a lot of times, you have certain media venues that are out there, okay? And a lot of racists listen to the wrong media that taints their view on the world, okay? There's a lot of propaganda, and it all depends on whether you take a well-rounded view of what's going on in the world or whether you're just going to be closed-minded, okay? And racist people are flat out closed-minded people. They only want to see what they want to see, and that's it. You could show them facts on a piece of paper. It's like when you're debating politics, all right? And you could show them all the statistics, all right, of why a president is not good, and they'll still have something to say because they don't want to change their mind. They're closed-minded. They won't say, oh, yeah, you could be right, or, let me rethink this, all right? So they're closed-minded people, all right? And in a lot of cases, they don't have empathy for the other race, all right? And we saw that in the George Floyd murder, okay? When the other officer took his pulse and told Chauvin no pulse, and he continued to hold his knee on that man's neck for 2 minutes and 46 seconds extra, okay? Absolutely no empathy whatsoever, okay? No regard, all right? That is a child of God. That is a human being, okay? Because that man was so damaged and had so much anger in his system for a lot of reasons, all right? That he himself became dehumanized, okay, when he did what he did to George Floyd that day in Minnesota, okay? It's like Hitler, he's kind to the people that are around him. It's like certain politicians are kind to the people, their own party that supports them, but they will shoot you down, okay, in a matter of minutes, okay? They will come at you and attack you if you go against them, all right? And the problem is what a lot of racists do is they want you to be part of their group, okay? They want you to join their group, all right? A lot of white supremacists, per se, they want people to become part of their group because there's power in numbers, all right? And what happens in a lot of times with racist groups is the people that are in that group are afraid to talk against what their beliefs are. They're just their general beliefs, okay, of, this is inhumane or this isn't right. because they're afraid, because they have insecurities, because they don't want to go against the people that they have become part of a group, all right? But what they need to do is they need to educate themselves and have the strength to stand up and say, you know what, this isn't right. This isn't right. And this is exactly what happened in the protests that went on in the United States and across the world. You did not just have Black people protesting, you had all ethnicities protesting. You had Asians, you had whites, you had Hispanic people, because these people stood up and said, you know what, this isn't right and this has to stop, all right? They had the courage to get up there and say, we are all human and justice for all, okay? So when you look inside the mind of a racist, understand that these people are cowards, all right? They are cowards because they're afraid. They're afraid of the change. They're afraid that, you know, you're going to take away their economic security, or you're going to take away their power, or maybe that, you know, you're going to live in a better neighborhood than they live in, all right? So it's easier just to put a certain class or a certain race of people down, all right? And this is the problem, all right? This is the problem because a lot of them, they grow up in a certain type of households, right? It's like the Aubrey killing down in Georgia. The son was right there. The son was right there. The son was brainwashed from his father how to look at Black people, how to consider them race, you know, he looked down on them, and he called him the N-word, all right? And it just shows you that he grew up in a household surrounded by racists to he himself become a racist and then end up shooting Aubrey, all right? So this is what it is, you guys, when you look into the psychology of it, right? And this is why a lot of racists are narcissists as well, okay? As we see in government, all right? Because they can't admit to being wrong. It's their way or the highway. It's us versus them. It's not a we concept, all right? So that's how they go about it to continue to have their power, because they don't want to give you any power whatsoever, all right? And it's very sad. It's very sad. And, you know, you could try to educate as much as you want to these people, but sometimes they're so damaged, you know, there's nothing you could say or do, because that racist principle, that ideology has been ingrained from, you know, their family life, their childhood, the communities. There's certain, you know, economic type of roles they've played, and the people that they have been around have that ideology. And the only way to break that is reform, okay? Because it doesn't matter whether somebody is going to be a racist. What matters is that you're not going to take it, okay? What matters is you're going to put the reform in and you're going to make the changes, and they have nothing to say about it, all right? So as long as you know what you're doing and you have your facts, all right, you don't stand for it. You change the policies of what goes on, all right, with the police department, all right? You put into policy that you know an officer's background, all right? That he's not allowed to have 17 complaints against him or 18 complaints and still be able to be an officer on duty, okay? You have certain checks, all right, that these people are checked, all right? You don't give them a pass. You don't give them a slap on the wrist, all right? If you see that powerful police unions are, you know, protecting them, you go after whoever you have to go after, okay? You go to the district attorney's office, or you go above that and you do whatever you have to do, and you keep at it till you make your point and you make change. Just like, plenty of people can protest, all right? We can protest, but the thing is, you have to put the reform in as well, all right? And the thing, getting back to this whole business of inside the mind of a racist, you have to just, you try to do your best to educate people. Some people are like Sitting Bull that just don't want to, they're just closed-minded. They're just ignorant. I'm just going to say it like it is, because that's what it is. Because I've seen racist people. I've known racist people. I know what they are. They're small-minded. They're ignorant. They come from backgrounds of families that are ignorant, all right? And they don't want to hear anything that you have to say. But you know what? You just stand your ground. You stand behind what is right, and you don't allow it to happen. And you put in those checks so that it doesn't happen again, all right? And you get people behind you to back you up, so that we don't have these kind of injustices that go on in this country or in this world. It's not human, okay? It's not Christian, and it's not right, all right? I hope that helps you guys. If it did, please hit the subscribe button and share, and have a great night. Stay safe, okay?